Hey guys, we're going to try and do this real fast. We're going to be a cylinder reseal on the New Holland 1412. This is the slave cylinder. You can tell because it's got the vent on this side. Basically this thing sprung a leak, was squirting out through the vent, which tells you it's bypassing the piston inside. So we need to reseal this thing, and I actually already have the parts, but I'm probably going to have to look up which one's which because I have the seal for the other side too. A little bit of the Allen key. Take that off and set it off to the side and corral it with your whatchamacallit. We're going to squirt out some fluid right here, so we're going to stick this right underneath there. I'm going to take this piece of wood right here and we're going to bang really too close to the GoPro. And see, I told you it was going to squirt some stuff out because we haven't really emptied this cylinder. So it's full. And that's what I was trying to somewhat prevent. So I got to get a different punch, which is no big deal because I got a blue million of them. So we're going to come over here. Big punch. That should be 2 and 3 punches I've got. So these are always my favorite style of cylinders because you have to take that little set screw out, and then you have to push this down, which always squirts out some stuff. You gotta push it down quite a ways, and you really don't want to be hitting the cylinder. Alright, so now we need to look at this right here. Kind of dinged that a little bit. Where's that snap ring at? Huh. I don't actually see a snap ring. And, oh, there she is. We gotta go down some more. I'm gonna pick a smaller punch here. Whoa! And see, that's why you don't do that right there. We'll cut that out. Back this up just a little bit here, and so we don't whack it again. Yeah, that camera's not holding on real good either. And we're recording. I don't like that one either. More hydraulic fluid. Alright. Try this one again. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got yucky goo. We gotta go down some more. Let's try this one again. Trying to stay off the side there. Alright, we're gonna lay this sucker down and probably squirt hydraulic fluid everywhere because I can't seem to stay where I need to stay. That's not doing what I want it to do either. Another rag, stay. And this cord is not supposed to be down here. It's supposed to be up there. stay. All right, I'm gonna blow this out real quick. Leaking fluid, leaking fluid. All right, now let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, need to go down some more. Gotta start squirting. Stick that one right there. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. A little more. So these are my least favorite kind of cylinders, and that should be enough. Because there's this little round snap ring in here that hates me. And I hate it just as equally. So I'm not going to make you watch me struggle with this thing. We're going to stop for a minute. And when I get this out, I'll be right back. Okay, so we got it off. And we actually got it out. It took a little bit of beating. What I've noticed on these style cylinders is this is the top cap, right? So where it's got this set screw, water gets in, and you can actually see. So liquid gets in, and it chills right there at that set screw, and then it rusts this piece here pretty good. But you can see this is where the seal's blown out. This is where it's bypassing, right there. But I don't want that off yet because I need to see where it goes. I've got the new seal kit and all that good stuff. And actually, you know, we'll have to pop this off with the impact because there's probably an O-ring right here. But we need to watch this real close. We got to clean this thing up. It's kind of nasty and rusty, but like I said, I've noticed the set screw has a tendency to cause that. So I'm gonna leave it on this right here, and I'm gonna clean it up for a minute, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've got this piece off here, and we've actually got this piece off here too. It just needs to come off. But we need to do a little bit of cleanup on this piston. And we're going to remember that the red side, right, goes away from the nut. The big seal goes away from the nut. So again, you can see this is where it was bypassing. It's just, the seal's just completely gone, see? That ain't no good. This is where we need our picks. We're going to go ahead and pull this out, and I do have to clean up the back side of this piston just a little bit, which means I'll have to hook back up my hissing device there. Alright, we're just going to clean up around there and right here a little bit where it's kind of gotten a little bit rusty. So we'll do that real quick. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've got that piece cleaned off there a little bit. Let's take a look at our seal kit. That came off of there, and then the red piece came off of there, and then there's this black piece. It's just a wear band. Alright. So I have two seal kits. One of them's for this one of them's for the other one. And what do you know? Now we just got to make sure my hands are good and clean before I start doing this. There's been some metal flakage going on, which worries me about the chrome inside of that cylinder, to be honest with you. That's what it looks like. A little bit of metal flakes. I think it's all right here where it rusted is where all that's coming from. But I'm gonna go clean up my hands a little bit better and clean this stuff up a little bit better. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we know how that one goes. I've cleaned up my hands a little bit with some cleaner and now they burn a little bit, but anyway, it'll be alright. Alright, so this one has got this seal, which is a little beat up, and I'm probably going to have to clean up some because I beat on this a little bit, but I don't know how else you're supposed to do it if you don't beat on that. I really don't want to stab my hand. She's coming. Come on now. There we go. I'm really surprised there's nothing in here. I mean, there's nothing on the center of it. Strange. Alright, so on this one, we've got O-ring, backup ring, O-ring to the left, backup ring to the right. We've got O-ring, and then the backup ring, and then dirtiness. You're going to clean up. And that's a little rusty in there, so we're going to take a piece of this. That's a little dirty. And clean this up. See, if you really look at this, the cap, I mean, it's got some pretty bad pitting in it. I'm still blaming it on the set screw, so I think I'm going to start putting some silicone over that set screw or in the threads of the set screw to prevent rust from getting in. I think that's a good idea. Alright. And then with as bad as the cylinder's rusted in that one spot, where's my I kinda beat that up a little bit. Hopefully it'll go back together. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We got this one. We're just gonna go in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up where I mashed on it a little bit. Try this again. Come on, get in there. Try it this way. Come on now. I didn't malform it that much, holy cow. This is the right seal kit. Well, yeah. It's the right one. There we go. That one's on there. Now, backup ring and then other ring. Backup ring. Okay. And then O-ring, which we will lubricate here in a minute. I believe I have some oil out here already. Yeah, there's some. Alright, so this one's done. We're gonna maybe open our jar here. My hands are oily. There it goes. My lubricating oil. I'll lubricate this seal real good here so it'll slide, and then we're going to go ahead and lubricate this O-ring. I need to put some more oil in my jar here. Alright, and then we're going to stick it back on the shaft. Which is definitely a little tighter than it was. Definitely wiping the stuff off. Still surprises me that there's nothing inside of that thing. Really. So, it looks like on this piece they have changed the style of seal. So before it was a little different. A ring and another ring, another sealing ring. So this one is gonna have to, well, I'm getting it in there and I want it good and lubricated. Right, that one goes in there. This one goes on. Sometimes if you heat these up, they'll go on a little easier. There's also a seal tool that you can use that will help you with these. But of course, we're gonna probably have to use heat because I don't know that I have a seal tool, or the seal tool rather. I borrowed one time. Not entirely sure what I did with it. It's definitely got to go over this. Come on. Come on. Come on. I think we're going to have to warm it up. What do I got that's going to warm it up? I don't have light bulbs anymore. Everything I got's LED. Used to sit them on a light bulb and it would warm them up really good. I'm probably going to have to go get my heat gun or something. I'll try it again. Once it goes on there, it'll be good, but Gotta get it on there. If I take the O-ring out first. What if we do this? Stick the O-ring in there. And then do this. Shit, no. That ain't gonna do nothing for me. Take the O-ring back off. And we'll go get my heat gun. And we'll heat this sucker up. So, I was saying heat gun, but I remembered you're supposed to actually boil it in water. So you get it nice and good and hot. And our water turns brown really, really fast. Ooh, that's warm. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, get on there. We have iron in our water, and we're on a well. Come on now. Well, that didn't take long. We're on a well and we have iron in our water, and especially when you heat it up, it turns brown really fast. So I'm gonna plug in this GoPro if it'll let me. There we go. So it turns brown really fast when you heat it up. We no longer, let me rephrase that. We no longer drink this water. Because, you know, you can see, if you can see, it's pretty nasty. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm trying to work while it's still warm. That water is hot. Oh shit. Come on, get on there. Come on. A little bit more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Trying not to mess up the dang seal. Come on, come on, come on. Over, over, over. It might be too late. I might have already messed it up. But we're close. There it goes. Alright, we're going to stick that back in the heat with this inside of it so I can get it back out. Oops. I don't mean to drop that in there. So I'm doing this because some plastics, if you heat them, they'll go back to their original shape. Alright. Ooh, that bad boy's hot. I'll wipe it off. It doesn't take long to get that sucker hot, did it? Looks alright. Alright, now we just need to put this thingy on there. Which, I mean, we could heat this up too. But they're usually not that bad to get on there. Like that. And then this one this way. And then we get our big nut and we put it back on over here. And then we tighten this sucker up real good so it don't move. Alright. That one's on there. Woo, that water's hot. That one's good and on there. That's all good. Now, I do want to try and clean up the inside of this since there's so much rust right here. I don't want it to mess up those seals going in. So, we're going to have to change some tools and clean that out. But we're going to clean out right here where there's a little bit of rust. And then we can put it back together. I'm going to use my hammer here. Wipe out the inside of this thing. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do that and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're good there. Just wipe it out a little bit. I'm still looking in here. Yeah, so something got in here. This cylinder is actually bad. You could see some trash got in here and scored up the cylinder pretty good. So while this will work, I mean, the more and more I look at it, basically the next time it does this, we're gonna have to replace the cylinder. It's just is what it is. I mean, and we'll look, you know, of course for aftermarket, but the more I look at it, and I saw those metal flakes, what I'm going to say happened is, of course, it rusted. It got water and it rusted, and then it just kind of messed it up, man. There's definitely some grooving and stuff in there. I don't know if we can get you to see it or not, but on the side walls you can see some pattern where it's scratched, and really not a lot we can do for that. Actually, I can about tell you what happened. Somebody's taken this apart before with this in there. Huh. Anyway. We'll do it and see what happens, because we already got the seal kit. Might as well put it on and, you know, see what we get from there. Get some more of this. This was tight coming out anyway. I'm actually going to pull this. Now I'm going to see if I can pull that piece out. Maybe a 10, maybe a 12. 7/16. 7/16. So if we do this and back this piece out right here, I'll tell you that's what happened. This vent was in there too far. Look. Oh well. Alright, let's try this. Let's see how she's going to go now. Alright, gently. Yeah, this is the fun part. Is getting this piece back in here. There it goes. It's got to go down further. So we need, which one? This one? Trying to stay off my seal. Alright, there's the snap ring spot. Never been good at this. Never, never, never. Alright, then we take this and we pull. It should pretty well be seated, almost. There it is. The cylinder is all resealed. Alright, that's it for that cylinder reseal. The only one cylinder we have left on this thing is the swing and the master cylinder. And as of right now, both of those are okay. I'm sure they'll spring a leak shortly. That's the way it usually works. And I have a seal kit for the master cylinder. So hopefully the swing cylinder is not the one that leaks. Or did I? I can't remember if I did the swing cylinder. Oh, we almost forgot. I had to put this Got to put this set screw back in there, but I'm going to look at something first. Okay, just want to make sure. That 7/16 is good. We're going to crack this vent open again. It allows it to move. All right. put our vent back on. There's that. Find our little bitty set screw. Find our silicone, because that's what I said I was going to do. I'm not actually sure where that's at. But we'll get some silicone on it later. But for right now, we're just going to put it in before we lose it. Alright guys, that's it for the slave cylinder reseal. We're done with that. Didn't really take that long. And we'll put it back on the machine, and when the tractor's back here, we'll test it again. So that's it guys. We'll see you later. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the links below. Don't forget, we now have shopping. We got some decals and stuff that we designed. In case you're wondering, I don't have somebody else design those. I don't have somebody else print those. We design and print all the decals that we make. Someone in my family has designed it. So anyway, check those out. Remember again, like, subscribe. Thanks guys. We'll see you later.